can take a tram tour here at Highland Hammock. They'll take you out, see wildlife, and see alligators. Alligators are always very popular here in any state park. If you live up north, you want to see alligators. And over here is a building built by the Civil Conservation Corps. They built this park. It's now a museum. And over here, we have one of 75 statues, all that are placed all around the country to honor the Civilian Conservation Corps. They were established in the 30s to help get people back to work after the Great Depression. And then after that, they were disbanded. There were 500,000 of them. They got paid $1 a day. Work on projects all over state parks, national parks, farmlands, irrigation projects. And the government took their funding because World War II was starting. So he had 500,000 men that were in shape, young, ready to go. So you know what happened to them. Most of them went off to war. Part of the greatest generation. And they left a great legacy behind. Someday on a rainy day, you get nothing to do. It'd be a great Google search. Civilian Conservation Corps. See what they did. Unsung heroes for sure. Also, I think they built this building here for barracks. And this is, if you want to find out what's going on here at Highland Hammock, this is where you want to come down to. Short walk from the campground. Lola's in a hurry here this morning. She knows her breakfast is waiting for her at the RV. We're at Highland Hammock, and we're going for a hike this morning. A little warm, a little humid, but I can't complain. This trail are these beautiful plants with the red berries. I think they call it Christmas berry. I looked them up the other day. But they're all along the trail here. Oh, and I can hear our friend the red-shouldered hawk out there. Some more of those red berries here. Beautiful. Hot and humid here today. I guess that's why all these plants grow so well. A lot of downed trees here. Must have been from the hurricane. Seems like the seems like the ground got so wet, the trees couldn't hold themselves up anymore. They have nice hiking trails here, easy to follow. Shouldn't be able to get lost. Well cleared. There's one of those trees there. You can see the roots are very shallow. I guess on the good side, look at these little ponds filled with water for the critters. There's quite a few of these along the trail that toppled over. Okay, we found one. A wild orange on the orange trail. We knew we'd see some somewhere. And I think there's one behind me. Is that correct, Lucille?
Right over here.
Lucille says there's one.
More than one.
Oh yeah. There's a few more over there. So we've been told that you don't want to eat them because they taste terrible. They're wild oranges. So we'll avoid eating one. They're not like the oranges we eat at from the market. So Lucille's covered up because, well, there are bugs out here, right, Lucille?
If you stop too long, the mosquitoes will get you.
There you go. Okay.
So we finished the Wild Oak Grove Trail. And that was what? How much, Bob? Less than a mile?
300 miles. It was 300 miles, if not 10.
And we didn't even take a water break.
Because it's probably a mile.
Probably a mile.
So now we're going to go across the street and we're going to do another one.
Okay.
So let's cross the street and get the other one done.
All right.
Next on our list is the Alexander Blair Big Oak Trail. That's where we're headed. This oak tree is like 1,000 years old or something.
Yep.
Hopefully they got something down there that tells you better than me. Okay, off we go. Here it is, the big oak. An old tree. Things growing, still growing from it. I think last time I was here, I was told it was 1,000 years old. And you'll actually see concrete here, where they tried to, in the 30s and 40s, they tried to get inside, see if they could save it. Big tree. It has its own ecosystem. And over here, what you think is a tree here laying on the ground is the remnants of the big oak tree. This is concrete. They poured concrete in this big limb trying to save it, and they didn't have any luck. So the wood rotted away and left behind a replica of the inside of the tree. It's concrete. In fact, you can see some concrete here at the bottom. It looks like concrete. It has its own ecosystem all around it. Okay, Lucille says this is the official take your picture spot here by the big oak. So we're gonna take a picture.
We stumble upon this tree, trying to determine how long it'll be there. It's only got one root. It's holding on.
Well, there's more than one root. There's these on the edges, but this is a very old tree. Probably not going to be standing here a whole lot longer. I mean, I would say this is the heartwood of the tree that has slipped down. Another cracked tree, but you know, there's so much life on this tree. So even if they're fallen and they're broken, they have their own little thing going on. It's a palm tree, so I guess it's soft enough to bend right over that other branch. So on a tour, we were told that the Florida State Department of Parks prefer to just leave these trees laying on the ground right where they are. They'll clear the trail, but that's all, because they make habitat and little ecosystems for all kind of things, and better for the forest to just let them rot and die where they're at instead of carting them out and making everything look perfect. They leave it just how it should be. The bridge through the swampy area here. Not very wide. At least they give you a handrail. Decided she's got a name for this. What'd you call this trail?
The slippery trail.
The slippery trail. Was it slippery?
Not today.
It's a huge tree. Covered with resurrection ferns. They haven't had any rain for a while, so resurrection ferns aren't blooming. It's massive, this tree.
Always check for snakes first if you're going to pose in a tree. You never know. And poison ivy. It may look like a vine, but it could be poison ivy. Have a good day.
Lucille, there's a snake behind you.
There's one before me.
Oh, that was bad. So here it is, this burnt out tree. Here's the inside. A little light there at the top. There's a little light coming in. You can see it there almost in the center of the screen. I guess it's looking out one of the branches. So it's the inside the tree. Pretty awesome. Inside the tree.
Don't know what he's looking for, but to me,
Pretty awesome.
this tree looks like it's a dinosaur. Did you find it?
Final.
What are you looking for?
Top of the tree.
And?
I found it. The light at the end of the tunnel here in this tree.
Okay. I'm saying it looks like a dinosaur.
Dinosaur? Me or the tree?
Well, you're not quite there yet, but I'd say the tree has been here about that long. Okay, we'll see if I can find how big it is. Goes up and more and more and more. More. Oh my goodness. It's probably been here as long as the dinosaurs. Okay.
Crossed over now to the Fern Garden Trail. I'm not sure why they call it that, but could be all the ferns. Yep, could be all the ferns. Onward on the Fern Garden Trail. Highland Hammock State Park, Sebring, Florida. Okay, this is our walk back. We're going back by the road. It's a long straight road like everything else in Florida. So every year we check this spot, because 90% of the times there's an alligator here. This is a little puddle of water, but there's got to be something here that attracts him. There he is. Do you see him? I don't know what attracts alligators here. It's not much of a lot of water here. But 90% of the times we come here, there's an alligator here year after year. So there's certainly something that has to attract them. Now, I'll tell you how close we are to him. That's the end of my hiking pole. He's right there on the other side of the fence, waiting for something. There's water that runs under the water here, under the road. I don't know. Always nice to see him.